Hi guys, how are you? So welcome to the new series of data science, and in that we are going to cover various parts, tools and techniques. And I am specifically teaching the series. It's related to the natural language preprocessing, and I am going to cover various parts through that. Already I have told in the previous video about the steps and what tools, techniques, or what specific codes you have need to learn for the data science, and I have given all those videos and all those materials or what you can do in the previous video. So without wasting your time I'm specifically going to start with the natural language preprocessing and its advanced version of spacy. So in the natural language preprocessing I'm going to give you details about a spacy model and how it's working, its architecture, its various component, and we will going to see how that can be used in the advanced NLP projects or in your advanced NLP projects. So spacy is nothing but a library like you have seen various types of library of natural language preprocessing such as nltk. It's natural language toolkit, and through the nltk you can import or takes various functions such as stemming, then lematizer, then Google Translator, then punctuation marks, and so many. So in that nltk or in the nlp I will tell you brief or within just 2 minutes all those functions which you should must know, and it will be going to a backbone of the spacy model. So first one, if you get the unstructured data, NLP is used basically for the unstructured data. Suppose you have got the unstructured data into the paragraph form, and this is a paragraph, and suppose it's a string or it contains a lot of sentence and it's written in English language or any language. I will consider it as English language. Then firstly it is unstructured data, so you have need to do steps. You should perform all those following steps. So first step will be you have need to do a tokenize all those data. So if you got the paragraph, then you have to tokenize paragraph into the sentence. So it's a sentence tokenizer. So in the sentence tokenizer, what you will do, you will split paragraph into each one sentence. Okay, after sentence tokenizer you will do word tokenizer. So after sentence tokenizer it's word tokenization. So what word tokenization will do, it will split each word and it will going to give some tokens to that words. So after sentence tokenization you have need to do a word tokenization. Okay, after that you have need to do some pre-processing on the data, and in that pre-processing data you have need to following some steps such as by using dot lower function, which is a string function, you can convert all those data into the lower format. Then by using punctuation function you can remove all those punctuation from the given data which are unnecessary part for the unstructured data. Then you can also do some other data preprocessing, but those are must. And after that you have need to use the some functions such as stemming and lemmatization. Stemming and lemmatization, remember it's a very important for the natural language preprocessing, and it in every interview that question is definitely asked. So I will tell you the difference between stemming and lemmatization. Suppose if there is a word like biggest, then what stemming or lemmatization will do, they will going to prune the word to take the root meaning of given word. So biggest word will be going to convert it into the big word. In the lemmatization also same big. Suppose if there is a word beautiful, then in the stemming still it will going to reduce that word to the root word and it will going to give a unnecessary some meaning, means beautiful. like it will going to cut the yellow or like, but in the lemmatization the root meaning of the word is kept as it is without changing its structure. So in the lemmatization it will going to keep beautiful word as beautiful. So if someone asks you which one is better, stemming or lemmatization, then definitely you should say, if you want more accuracy, then lemmatization is better one, but stemming is also as good as lemmatization. In very few cases it will going to change the meaning of words, but for the accuracy lemmatization is very well. But if you want a result, if you want a fast and speedy procedure, then definitely you should move with the stemming. So another question will be, what are the types of stemmer or stemming? So there are basically, as compared to lemmatization, stemming is used mostly, and there are various types of stemming, such as one is snowball stemming, then second one is the porter stemming, and there is another one is simple stemming. So in the snowball stemming and porter stemming, in the snowball stemming is a heavy stemming method with fast and speedy, and porter stemmer will going to comparatively slow as the snowball, and there are other methods also. Please do watch my another video, in that I have given all this detailed explanation to you. Okay, this one is the board. I will going to teach you later on how it will work. So this is the basic parts and you must know. Okay, after doing this, we have done the word tokenization. Now whatever word you have got, we have split a sentence into the word tokenize. After that you need to convert that word tokenization words into the numerical letters. So there are two methods. One is based on the count and another one based on the predictive modeling, embedding methods. So it's nothing but the embedding method. So in the embedding method, in the count method, you will do, there are three methods. One is one hot encoder. This is, everyone know, it's create the parse metric based on the occurrence of sentence. Second one is the count vectorizer. It will just going to count how many times that word is occurred, and based on that it will going to give the number to that word. And third one is the TF-IDF. So TF-IDF is the next improvement of the count vectorizer, and count vectorizer is the next improvement of the one hot encoder. So TF-IDF is nothing but term frequency inverse document frequency. So formula for TF-IDF is TF into it's a log, means its calculation 1 upon IDF, like that one. And TF is equal to number of sentence divided by total number of words in that sentence. And inverse document frequency is nothing but the inverse of, it's the inverse of I will write here, number of documents divided by particular word, number of particular word occurred in document. Okay, so that's IDF, and TF-IDF is the product of that one. So as compared to count vectorizer, what are the benefits of TF-IDF? In the TF-IDF you will get a lot of benefits, such as it will drop most occurred word like this, that it is. Then it will going to give you a more weightage to most occurred word, most number of occurred word, more weightage to the less number of occurred word. and also it will going to give you some context meaning, not purely but little bit. And some of the drawbacks of all those count methods are, I will going to give you all those drawbacks, negatives. First one, it will never give you, it will never give you semantic or contextual meaning. It will never going to give semantic or contextual meaning. Then it will create out of vocabulary issue, and still it will not give cosine similarity. Okay, so those are the most drawbacks of the count vectorization, means count methods. So we will going to move towards the another advanced methods, and it's recently very useful, and it's the predictive based method, and it consists of, first one is the word to vect, and second one was the glow. So word to vect is based on the deep learning, and it will going to give the vector to the each words based on the surrounding words. So it consists of two approach. One is skipgram approach, and second one is the bigram approach. Glow is also works similar to the, but we will say different mechanism for glow, and we will learn how skipgram approach is work. In the skipgram approach, what happens, the words which we need to find the meaning of it can be kept at the output word, so that will be a hidden or hidden layer, and this one will be input layer. So in the input layer you will pass so many word sentences, and we will going to give the our specific word as a output word, and based on that it will going to create the vectors to the all other words. And in the bigram approach, what will happen, in the bigram approach all the input words are passed, and based on that input words it will going to calculate all input word be passed as a main words, and one output word is kept as another word, and based on that all those meaning is find out. So word to vect is consist of deep learning model, and it will going to give you far better accurate results, and its some positive points are such as it will going to give you a semantic meaning, then it will create more number of vectors for each words. Then it will going to give you cosine similarity. Then there is no issue of out of vocabulary word, and it will going to understand the context of word. We will understand context of word. So this is nothing but the advantages of word to vector, and glow is the advanced version of word to vector, but as compared to the glow, word to vector is used many times. And now those are the very basic fundamentals, and after that we are going to start with our spacy model. So I will tell you about this spacy. So through this spacy you can do a lot of things, such as multi-classification, then name entity recognition, then semantic analysis, then you can do various addition or other methods which can be done by others, classification, multi-classification, NER, and sentiment analysis. Okay, so spacy is nothing but a library, and through that library you need to download various models of spaces, such as small scale model of spaces, then medium scale model, then large scale model. And once you download all those models, you have just need to pass your sentence into that model. And for name entity recognition, spacy already has trained a lot of corpus or words, and if you pass any sentence and if then it will going to automatically classifies if that sentence contains the places, then name of person, then date, then time, and then so many entities. So those are the labels, and it will going to classify all those labels, and it will going to add your words which part is belong to location, which part belong to name or date, so like that one. So how you will create a custom spacy model for your projects, and I am going to specifically teach you that. So before that before that creating spacy model, you need to learn about the annotation. So annotation is nothing but if there is a one particular sentence and it contains some particular words, then you have need to give a particular word where it start and end in that sentence. So it's nothing but the annotation. So spacy mainly earning money through that annotations, but if you are good at the Python and list, then definitely you will going to create that annotation with yourself, and I am going to tell you how to create that annotation code. And once you create that annotation data, so data that basically consists of list. In that list there is another sublist. Okay, so there can be many sublist, and that sublist first part contains the entities, means it is the sentence. After that comma there is a entity, and that entity again consists of this is dictionary. That dictionary consists of various parameters such as list. In that list there are various tuples. Here there may be some start in position of words, and there are labels given to those words. So you have to create all those data, and it's a very easy code if you are very good enough to handle the list, string, Python, dictionary, sets. Once you have created all those codes, you have just need to pass that code into the spaces model architecture file. You have need to download the spaces base config file from the internet they have provided, and you have need to select various parameter of base config files such as talk to vector, then ner model. Then if you are going to using the transformer, then you have need to install and download all those transformers such as transformer, BERT, robot model, then parser, tagger, all those. Once you download all those, once you set up that file, then you have just need to initialize the command that python em spacy init config base cfg dot config. So that command is also available on net, and once that is created, you have need to write another training file command same up to above, and just you have need to provide your training data file, and after that test data file. And once you will do, it will going to train your model, and it will going to save your model as a model based one. And once that model based one save, you have just need to load that model by using by writing variable ner spacy dot load your saved model based, and you just need to pass the command once again. You need to create documents, and in that document you need to pass all those string. Okay, so here is a string, and lastly you need to pass the code that ner dot doc, means ner will going to load that model, and it will going to pass through the doc, and ner model dot doc, and in that doc you have need to just pass this string, then automatically it will going to classify your all those sentence or words into the whatever category you have created, and it will going to display all those into the box format. If someone has a if it's a name, if it's a Yogesh, then it will going to show it as a person. If it's a date, then it will going to show it as a date. according to your labels. So it's very simple, but here you have need to just focus on your data, and you need to understand all those concepts such as token to vector, then tagger, parser, then how it's working token to vector, how it's creating embedding, then encoding, then self attention, what's the background mechanism, how it's forming clustering, and all those. And once you understand, you will definitely will going to use that spacy model for your various types of projects. So in the next lecture I will going to give you a detailed transformation structure and spacy structure, and I will going to give all those information. Please share if you have any doubt or comments, and please feel too free to ask any doubt and tell me how about this video. Thank you.